Did Jalin Hyatt just request a trade for the New York Giants? We're going to break that down, and I've got some trade candidates for the New York Giants, players that they could trade to try to get some future draft capital. All that coming up around the corner, but first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers ASAP, and we need your help. I'm a diehard, lifelong Giants fan, and I love making content for you guys. We're trying to get to 100K. So, if you want to support the channel, you want to be a real one, hit that sub button right now. This is New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. As the latest internet rumors suggest, the former third-round pick wide receiver out of Tennessee has formally requested a trade from the New York Giants. Paulie Market Football put out this tweet saying, breaking rumor, Giants wide receiver Jalin Hyatt has formally requested a trade from the New York Giants. This is the only page that I saw actually report this, and I'm not saying they are right. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm just the messenger, so don't shoot me. I do know this, though. Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, one of the more tapped-in NFL insiders that covers this league, he put out an article saying former third-round receiver Jalin Hyatt would like a fresh start elsewhere. So you pair that with the Paulie Market report and what Jeremy Fowler said, I don't think it's the craziest thing to think that he requests a trade and he wants to be traded. And I'll say this to you, Jalin Hyatt. The Giants would love to trade you. And if they could get anything back in return, they would. You were just a healthy scratch on game day in your third year in the NFL. And the receivers that got the nod to be active in front of you were Bo Collins, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Gunnar Olszewski. So, yeah. I think the Giants would also like to trade you if any team would actually trade for you. Hyatt was asked about these reports and the rumors heading to the trade deadline at Thursday's practice, and he said, look, it's the NFL. Whatever happens, happens. Right now, I'm just focused on what I can do here, focused on how I can continue to keep getting better and helping this team. I have a lot of faith and belief in this team. Right now, my main focus is being the best player I can be. I mean, to just put a bow on this and Jalin Hyatt's career with the Giants, which I don't think is going to last much longer. He may even be cut. I'll say this. If the Giants can't trade him, I think they could cut him. That's how bad this has been. And what a disappointment the Jalin Hyatt experience has been, man. I, like you, were probably extremely pumped up when the New York Giants traded up for him in round 3. I was actually begging for them live on the channel. Receipts are out there for them to trade up for him. And I was juiced up, and I think I gave the grade of the pick an A. I'm an idiot. I was wrong. Or maybe the Giants are wrong, and Jalin Hyatt will be good somewhere else. Look, there's been a lot of people that have left the Giants that got better. If this one happens, I don't know. They would love to trade him, right? Like, if you can trade Jalin Hyatt and a future 7th-round pick to get another 6th-round pick this year, I think the New York Giants would do it. If you could trade Jalin Hyatt for a 6th-round pick, I think they would do it. Like, what is a team giving up for Hyatt? You're not trading for anything he's done in the NFL. You're trading for the player that you thought he was going to be coming out of college and thinking that your system, your offense, your quarterback, your play caller would be able to get the most out of him. And quite frankly, I don't even know what that is in the NFL. In 38 games played for the Giants, he has 34 grabs for under 500 yards and 6 drops and 0 touchdowns. Well, I don't want to bury Jalin Hyatt. If you can get something for him, do it. It's pretty obvious at this point. It didn't work out with the Giants. It's not going to work out with the Giants. I think it's just best for everybody to separate and go do their own thing. Look, if Hyatt turns it around elsewhere, then I'm going to be pissed. I am, because you can only have this happen to your organization and this regime and this coaching staff so many times, where a player here doesn't meet the standard and they go somewhere else and they actually exceed the standard. So Yeah, that would be the straw. What's the saying? That would be the straw that breaks the camel's back for me. Seeing Jalin Hyatt go out and be a productive NFL receiver for another team, I think that would signal alarms to me that maybe the Giants are the problem and the players weren't the problem. And I'm kind of tin foil hat here. I'm kind of already starting to think that. Make sure you are subscribed, though, because if the Giants do trade Jalin Hyatt, they make any trades, we are going live here on the channel. We're going to be live on trade deadline day, November 4th, for the entire day, giving you full coverage of the Giants as well as the entire National Football League and everything that's going on. So subscribe, get the best content on Giants YouTube, and help a friend get to 100,000 subs. Coming up next, I'm going to go through my top trade candidates the Giants could trade away at the NFL trade deadline. Before we do that, though, I got to give a huge shout out to our proud sponsor, Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks. They are awesome. We love them. They love us, and you're going to love them after this awesome promo deal. Download the app, use the promo code CLNS, get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code CLNS. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Shout out to Prize Picks. It's super easy to play. All you do is create a lineup at 2 to 6 players, and you simply pick more or you pick less on the projected stat line that Prize Picks has for every player. I'm going with a 2-player lineup for this Sunday's slate of football games. Give me the more on Jackson Dart's passing yards and the more on Drake May's passing yards. If I get both of these lineups, both of these players' projections right in the lineups, I can 3x my entry. And you can do the same with America's #1 fantasy sports app. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. Obviously, Jalin Hyatt is a trade candidate for the Giants. We're also going to go with another draft bust for the New York Giants. That is Evan Neal, a player that has not played a single snap this year for Big Blue. He has been a healthy scratch every single game, and somewhat disappointed the New York Giants haven't even tried to get anything out of him. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles last week bring a 6th offensive lineman into the game and use him as a jumbo tight end. Look, I don't know if Evan Neal can do that, but at least I would have liked to seen them try something. It seems like at this point he wants out as well. That was reported by Jeremy Fowler, but man, what a bust. What a bust the Evan Neal pick has been. Joshua Zudu is another name that has been linked to trades. Dan Graziano, who used to cover the Giants, now works for ESPN. He listed Zudu as a player that he could be seen on the move. Another draft bust for the New York Giants. A 3rd-round pick. Is this just a show of all frickin' draft busts? It is. 26-year-old 3rd-round pick. Can't even be a backup on this team. If a team wants Russell Wilson, I hope the New York Giants would be open to trading him. There's a team in Minnesota right now that reportedly is looking for a veteran quarterback. Maybe it's Russ. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but I know it's clickbait according to you guys for me wanting to trade Russell Wilson. We'll never live that down. Either will you. I would trade him, and if they can get anything back, I would. Devin Singletary has been a name that's been tossed around as well. I think potentially with the new injury for Cam Scadaboo, maybe that changes things, but they're going to cut him after this year, as they should, save some cap money. So if there's a team out there that wants a running back, I think you pull the trigger on that. I haven't heard anything about Bobby Okereke at this point, but he's a player. If someone called me about, if a team called me about Bobby Okereke, I would absolutely move on from him. This is a guy that over the last 3 years, he was really good when he first got here, and it's been a slow decline every year from missing tackles, not making plays, in pass coverage, and more. So that's a little bit disappointing on that front. But yeah, I would move on from him. I am really confident the New York Giants are going to cut him after this year to save some money. And there was already buzz back in the spring that he and the Giants were kind of not gelling is the best way I could say that. I think Deonte Banks is up for grabs. Kind of like Jalin Hyatt, kind of like Evan Neal. I think if you can get anything back for Deonte Banks, I think you have to at least listen really closely. There's a part of me that says I'd like to see him maybe with another defensive coordinator. Or maybe I'm just tired of first-round pick, third-round pick being busts. And us talking about trading them before their 4th years in the NFL. I mean, yeah, that's how you lose your job as a GM. There's been chatter around Kayvon Thibodeau. Supposedly teams are calling the Giants. Giants are not calling teams about Thibodeau. There's a major difference there. I'm sure there's hundreds of people that won't get traded, that teams call them if they are available. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't trade him unless I got a Godfather offer. Everybody has a price. Business is business, strictly financial. Team wants to give you 2 first-round picks? Sure. A team that's not going to make the playoffs wants to give you a first-round pick? Maybe. But at the end of the day, draft good players, develop them into better players, retain those players. That's what the Giants need to start doing, which is the opposite of what they've been doing, and that's why you are who you are. Chauncey Golston is someone that hasn't even played all that much this year, but you don't need a 4th edge rusher making the type of money he does. You have Burns, you have Thibodeau, you have Abdul Carter. And you sign him to a 3-year, $19 million deal, I believe, so just over $6 million per year. It's not bank-breaking money, but if you can get a 6th-round pick back for Chauncey Golston, yeah, I would do that as well. Very disappointed I'm not disappointed with him. I'm disappointed with the lack of production, which stems from the fact I think he's played in 2 games this year. Do you think the Giants make a trade before Wednesday's deadline? Tuesday? Man, Tuesday. Do the Giants make a trade? Y for yes and for no. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.